welcome, welcome to Facebook Live. I'm so glad that you could join me. I've got a really fun project lined up for you tonight. We're going to be doing a one sheet wonder project, and I'm going to be using the Label Me Pretty bundle. Comes with this great punch and a stamp set. And then I'm going to be using one of our papers that's on sale right now. This is the Whole Lotta Lovely Designer Series paper. This has been one of our more popular ones. And this pack is actually a part of the buy three, get one free. Remember, it's a select set of Designer Series paper that are on sale, but I'm going to be showing you this exact same project using the Painted Autumn paper, and that one's also on sale. But this is the pattern that we're going to use from the Whole Lotta Lovely. I love this peach pattern. I just thought it was beautiful. I'm going to be honest, I'm not crazy about this other side. It's just not what I was looking for, but that's okay, because with this project for tonight, we just need the one side, so you can pick your favorite. So I have a piece of 12 by 12 of my Whole Lotta Lovely there. As I said, the Label Me Pretty stamp set. We're going to use all the stamps except for From My Kitchen to Yours, because hey, I'm doing cards, and I just didn't think From the Kitchen was going to work. So we're going to be using everything from that. And then I want to go ahead and talk about the cardstock that you're going to need. So the first thing, we are going to need an 8.5 by 11 sheet of very vanilla cardstock. This isn't the thick, this is just our regular vanilla cardstock. I'm going to show you how to do the cutting on that here in a second. We're going to need some cards, some card bases. We need 6 card bases. Now, I chose to go with 6 different colors. You are welcome to go with just 3 colors if you'd like. It's whatever you want to do. I don't know, I kind of like the array of colors. So what I chose was Pear Pizzazz, Daffodil Delight, Pool Party, Crumb Cake, So Saffron, and Peekaboo Peach. Now, all of these cards are kept the same size, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. All right, so those are our card bases that we're using. I also need one more piece of cardstock. I went ahead and chose Peekaboo Peach, and this is just a 4 1/4 by 5.5 piece. We're just going to be doing some punching, so you're welcome to use some scrap on that. And the last thing we need are 6, I'm going to drink more coffee, here we go. That would be 6 of our envelopes, our medium-sized envelopes, because, you know, what good is giving a card gift if we don't have envelopes, right? All right, well, guys, I want to go ahead and get started with the cutting. So the first thing I want you to look at is the layout of your Designer Series paper, because we need this to be in portrait mode. I hope that makes sense. For this pattern, I want to go this way. I kind of see the oranges coming down. So, you know, this would be landscape, but my oranges are going the wrong way. So we're going to cut portrait mode. And guys, it's real simple. Right now, I just want to cut this in half to 6 inches, all right? So a 6 by 12, right? I got 2 equal pieces. Let me set this one off to the side for just a minute so we can go ahead and work with this one here. So a 6 by 12. I then want to cut this down to 3 inches, cutting up, there we go. So now we have 2 equal pieces, 3 by 12, and I simply want to cut each of these down to 4 inches, all right? So 1, 2, 3, and then this one will cut to 4, not 1, but we're going to cut 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take this other remaining piece, and I need to cut it down to 5.5 inches. This little piece of scrap, save it. You might want to use it on a card or something, all right? But we have a 5.5 by 12 inch piece. Now I need to do some scoring on this one, so I'm going to make sure my cutter blade, I want it out of the way. Don't want to run a risk of hitting that one. Let me flip out the bar here on my paper cutter, and now we're going to do some scoring. So let me move my coffee out of the way so I don't spill it. So I've got the 12 inch side up here at the top, and guys, we are going to score this at 3 1/8, 3 1/8, and then 3 3/4. Okay, 3 1/8 and 3 3/4. Then I want to go down to 8 1/4 And my last one is 8 7/8. Okay guys, so for our vanilla, here's what we need to do. We need to cut this one down to 4 1/4. So we're just cutting it in half. 4 1/4 by 11. All right, I have 2 equal pieces, 4 1/4 by 11, right? Let's go ahead, we're gonna cut these down to 3 1/4 inch. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, we're gonna have a little bit left over. We'll use that on something else. You know, I never throw away a scrap. And let's go ahead, we're gonna repeat that on this one as well. So I'm gonna do some embossing, some dry embossing here on my card pieces. And so I'm gonna use the pine wood planks. This is one of those dynamic folders. You guys familiar with this one? This is like, I don't know, this is the big daddy of all embossing folders. These are really thick and they leave a really deep impression. I love it. Give me just a second. I want to bring my Big Shot in because I do want to kind of show you how I'm going to do this. Now, when you use the dynamic embossing folders, and like I said, you'll know these feel heavy. They're very thick. You're going to know when you have one of the dynamic embossing folders. For this, you need your Big Shot platform and 1 cutting pad. You know, forever, we have always done everything with 2 cutting pads. Everything is sandwiched in a cutting pad. Not today. Not for this project. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm just going to line up the score line of my cardstock into the embossing folder. I'm going to slide this in. Now, this embossing folder is actually the same width as my Big Shot platform. So you want to really make sure you get that nice and centered. You don't want to be ski-wampus, okay? Ski-wampus. It's a real thing. It's a word. Okay. It's a Stewart word. All right. So I've got my cutting plate on there. Remember, no cutting plate on the bottom. I'm just lining that up, and now I can run that through. The embossing fairy came and just took care of everything for me. So look, we've got all those embossed. Now, I am going to be stamping on all of these. And you guys know I never waste cardstock. So I'm going to stamp on these and punch, and then I'm going to use them to layer. So the first one, I'm going to start with a Pear Pizzazz ink pad. And I'm going to come in with the 2 kind of blank labels that come in this stamp set. And yeah, I've got them on 1 block. I thought it would just be easier this way. And I want to line that up in my vanilla cardstock. Give that a stamp. So I'm going to do that once, and then I'm going to do it twice. Now what I want to do is I want to remove this one. Come on, there we go. And I just want to get 2 of this little, I don't know, this little swirly guy. So let's get 1 there and 1 here. So now I'm going to come in with this Happy Birthday to You. Really loved this one, and we're going to do it just a little bit of coloring. And I want to stamp this one in some soft suede ink, and I'm going to stamp 2 of these. We're actually going to make 2 of each card. All right, so I've got that. Let me set that one over here. Now I'm going to come in with my 2 sentiments. You're the best, and thank you for caring. And I went ahead and did the same thing. I've got 2 on the same block. And let's go with a Peekaboo Peach ink pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp 2 of these here. I'm going to rotate it around and get 2 of these here. So we're going to take the thank you for caring off. Slap that one off. And now let's get a You're the Best. And we just need 1 of them over there. Let's do our 1 1/4 inch. And we are just going to punch out all of our sentiments. I'm not worried about what that's going to look like. We're going to cover that up. So I'm going to punch that. Oops, 1 more, our little bonus one here. So I'm going to go ahead and punch out my labels. But let me go ahead. I want to do some quick coloring. I want to just show you how we're going to color this. Okay, I've got 3 markers here. I've got a Pear Pizzazz, a Peekaboo Peach, and a So Saffron. And I'm not going to color the whole thing because I know, again, you guys don't want to sit there and watch me color. You want to get busy when this project's done so you can go make it. So we're going to color in the leaves. All right, so any leaves. And you can see I'm not even you know, it's not even a matter of being like super neat. You just kind of want to get in there, and if it's a leaf, just dot it with some color. And then I chose anything that was on this flower, anything that was pointy. That's going to be in the Peekaboo Peach. And then my other flowers, any flowers remaining, I thought were going to be great in So Saffron. I'll show you, this is what it's going to look like when it's all done, because I wanted you to see it all finished. And oh, you know what? I have some more punching to do, because do you guys remember we had one little piece of cardstock, and you're probably going, what are we going to do with that, Connie? We're going to come in with the 1 3/8 inch punch, and I want to get 5 circles punched out of this. And we are simply going to take our snail adhesive, and we're going to adhere our sentiments onto those circles. I'm going to bring in my all my little cut cardstock pieces. And guys, it couldn't be any easier than this. We're going to add snail to our designer series paper, and we are going to cover up all of that ick. We don't want it. But like I said, I never like to waste. If I've got to have this color, if I need to stamp a sentiment, you can bet I'm going to punch out of that. And we are simply just going to repeat this with all 6 pieces of our designer paper. I want to take a moment to show you some of the options you have. And I only have so much room here, so bear with me. I want to put all my pieces onto my cards, but I don't want to adhere anything down because I'm going to get a little creative. So I want some cards to go this way. I want some cards to go, you know, some landscape, some portrait. And that's going to be determined on the pattern that I kind of have going on. So again, I see that the oranges are going down. And I'm going to be honest, I look for a bald spot. To me, that's a bald spot. And you want to know what you put in a bald spot? You put a sentiment. All right, just a sentiment. Again, I'm not going to adhere that down because I may want to play with it. So let's take this one. Well, that's driving me crazy because that orange is upside down. So I'm going to put it this way. But you know what? The way that pattern goes, I can actually put it on this way, and there's my bald spot. So maybe for this one, I'll take one of my little swirly guys and a thank you for caring. But yeah, can you guys already see? This is why I didn't adhere anything down yet, because I'm really not sure where I want to put things. So now I'm ready to put my cards together. There's one card done. Let's do this one here. Again, I'm just kind of bringing them over in the position that I set them down. So, and then what I'm going to do when I'm done with this, I'm going to show you how we're going to create a really great gift box so that you can give this as a gift. And cards are not cards without a really great envelope, right? I embossed, can you guys see it? I embossed the flap of the envelope. That's just going to make it a little extra fancy, right? So you can see really beautiful embossed envelopes. I want to show you how I did that real quick. Here is my Pinewood Plank embossing folder. Just like I did before, I kind of just let the envelope fold over. I do want to tell you, don't fold it all the way over and run it through. It's too tight. It's just too tight for your machine. So just like we did before, I'm going to lay it here on my platform, put my cutting plate on top, make sure I am centered because I don't want to hit the edge of it. We will run that through, and there we go, another embossed envelope. I'm going to be sharing with you the acetate card boxes. Guys, you can find these on page 13 of the holiday catalog. Love, 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 love these. You get 10 of them in a package, and let me show you. They just fold together very simply. Yeah, these things are wonderful. Really heavy duty. We're not talking flimsy, okay? You guys know what I mean by flimsy. No, these are heavy duty. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my cards in it before I decorate it. Did anyone notice I didn't use Stampin' Dimensionals? You guys know I love my Stampin' Dimensionals with all my heart. They're called, you know, crack in this house because I use them always. But when it came to this project to fit it in this box, I chose not to do it because I didn't want this box to get too bulky. So I'm going to lay an envelope going one direction and a card, envelope going the other direction and a card. Okay, again, I'm trying to keep things balanced in there. I don't want anything to get too heavy on one side or the other. And of course, you want to decide which one's going to go on top. I guess today it's going to be Pool Party. All right, we're going to slide these down into the box. Remember that great piece of designer series paper that we cut and scored? I'm going to take this. Remember, it was all nice and scored. What I want to do is I want to get some, you can use fast fuse. Honestly, I probably would use fast fuse, but since I've pretty much done snail tonight, I'm going to go heavy. You know, I want this thing to stay. I am not adhering this designer paper to the acetate box, okay? I have got about, 24 inches, I believe 24 inches of the crushed curry satin stitched ribbon. Isn't that just a beautiful burst of yellow on there? I love it. Love it. We're going to tie this in a bow. Here's Connie's little bow tip for today. Pull your tails up and down. Don't go sideways. Pull them up and down. And then we will make our bow just like you're tying your shoes. These were our last pieces. Remember our last little pieces here? All right, I'm going to put some snail adhesive down the center. And I simply want to adhere these together. I'm going to now add the You're the Best. And guys, you know, you can change up this card set with any sentiment set that you have. I'm going to come in with a glue dot. And guys, watch this. I'm going to put a glue dot on the front, up at the top, like so. And I'm going to attach it to the bow. And guys, there you have it. A great little gift set. Now, I told you I'd share another one. This is another one that I did. And I did this one with the Painted Autumn stamp set. Make a wonderful thank you gift. This would make a wonderful Christmas gift or birthday gift. And you could make these up in advance and be ready to go. Okay, so I told you guys to stay tuned to the end of the video because I wanted to tell you how you could get this tutorial. And I think you're going to love this. Previously in many of the Facebook Lives, there's been a previously on Facebook Live, you have seen that I'll have tutorials for sale. This one is not. This one is my gift to you. It is gonna. I know, right? No. Oh my gosh. No, I'm serious. I wanted to just give this tutorial to you for free. Say thank you. Thank you guys so much. You're always so loyal to tune into Facebook Live. But I just wanted to have this opportunity to give something back to you and say thank you. First of all, you guys were so supportive of Jenny's fundraiser. Wow. Wow. We can't even begin to tell you how much we appreciate that. It was overwhelming. It was truly overwhelming. Anyway, this is just our opportunity to say thank you right back. So guys, thank you so much for being here. We love you. We appreciate you. See you over at simplysimplestamping.com. All right. See ya. Bye-bye. Bye.